Welcome back to Red Business in Focus with Cork's local enterprise offices, where we're bringing you all the business news, inspiring entrepreneurs and sharing business success stories from across Cork. This week we're joined by Marek Szepietowski of Health Safety Publications Ltd. Marek, who has a background in health and safety training, saw a gap in the market for quality professional training material, and so Health Safety Publications Ltd was born, offering reader-friendly books filled with vital information, useful photographs and humorous sketches, all of which are compliant with current legislation and widely used within the public and private sector. He has a new venture, which we'll get to in just a minute. Marek, you're very welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me, Jonathan. I'm delighted to be here.
Now, we spoke after you won an award last year, didn't we? I'm going to get to that in a minute, but the first thing everybody has to do when they appear in Red Business in Focus is to tell us what they do in 30 seconds. I've given a sneak preview, but it's over to you.
Okay, so if I was to characterize our company in 30 seconds, I would say that we like to think of ourselves, we are a support company for health and safety trainers and training companies mainly. So any company that has internal safety training department or individual trainers can go to us and we can supply them with ready-to-go materials off the shelf that they can use on their training to look very professional, to help them winning tenders. And now we are going to the new product, which is Sam and Sue, but I suppose we'll speak about it later.
We'll get to that. Very good. In the 30 seconds and everything. Well done. Look, health and safety is traditionally viewed as a bit boring. It's kind of the thing you have to do. It's like the safety presentation on an aircraft. You have to sit through it, even though you hope to never need any of the services that are described. How did you manage that? Because that's the gap you saw in the market, isn't it? Because a lot of it was functional, boring and not exactly interesting.
I think our product serves many purposes, and I suppose that's the special recipe. It's not just the manual that we compiled together and we give away, because that would usually end up in a bin. We made it a little bit more interesting. We broke it down a bit. We gave it some cartoon character that people can relate to and have a little bit of fun while they are stuck in a classroom, if you like. But on top of that, our books often serve as a marketing material in the same time. So let's say 3/4 of our product is material and current information, but that 1/4 is companies give it away with their information on it because we can customize it, and they are nearly guaranteed that the book will stay in someone's house rather than a leaflet that will go to the bin.
Yeah, exactly. Left at the bottom of the car unread, which is true. The fact that you were able to do this, you're from Gdansk in Poland originally.
Gdansk in Poland.
I imagine health and safety manuals in Ireland were complicated enough, but you were able to simplify them to such a degree that the business really took off in the last few years.
It took time, though. It took time. I suppose in Poland I only had a bit of publishing experience. In Ireland, the fate pushed me towards health and safety. And when I suppose financial crisis came, I ended up without a job. So I thought, why won't I just combine a little bit of experience in publishing and the knowledge of the health and safety training market I know and try to do something different, because competing with companies struggling for life wasn't an option back then.
So necessity being the mother of invention,
Pretty much.
You went into business on your own. Is that where the local enterprise office came in to help you get off the ground?
We did seek help at the beginning, because to add to dramatism of the situation, my wife is also a health and safety professional, so we lost the job pretty much same time with the mortgage taken and everything. So that was tough time, but yeah, we did knock a few doors, and luckily for us, local enterprise office opened the door, and I suppose they saw potential in our company, and they helped us nourish the business, which grew. Now it took time, but I suppose we did deliver in the same time. So yeah, and they were very helpful.
There's only a certain amount of health and safety publications out there. Now you've cornered a good section of the market, but you strike me as somebody who doesn't like to rest or who doesn't like to sit on something, and you're always looking for new challenges, which I think is where Sam and Sue come in, isn't it?
It is. I don't want to, let's say, sound arrogant, but I think we saturated the market quite well. We are a company to go to. Again, it's such a niche, it's a small niche, so we could only expand as much without going abroad, which we did as well. We are trading with UK and a number of other European countries, but we thought, I have 3 small children myself.
Better name check the girls. Say their names now, just in case they're watching.
Saoirse, Roisin and Sinead.
That's it. So they're all got mentioned now, girls. So that's it. Daddy did his job. But tell us how they helped inspire the books.
It was, I suppose, me being a parent. I thought I'd love, just to give you an example, my oldest girl loves puppies, and I thought, how would I feel if I don't know if it's a good topic to cover here now, if someone would lure her to the van with the little puppy. No, I just thought we have to give her simple information and in a form that she'll understand it and remember it. We have another book about what to do if family member is in trouble. Ring 112, just know the air code. Professionals will do the rest. All you have to do is know your air code and 112. We just wanted small children to have that little bit of knowledge how to deal with maybe stressful situation. We don't stress them in the books. They are little stories, and the important message is, you nearly say, smuggled inside. It's not in your face. It's not, it's scary.
It's subtle. It's beautifully subtle. Now, when you look at something like that, everything's about iPads and screens and phones and, it all has to be digital these days. You love books. You love physical paper, don't you?
We do. We are, I know I've said it a million times, we are preparing to go electronic. But we do with health and safety, often it's signatures as well. So on the end, in the back of the book, you have a form that people have to sign, and then there's a training record. So I suppose you can't turn everything into electronic. Plus, I love the fact that parents are reading the books with children. I wouldn't like to lose that. Kids have to know how to use electronic devices, but in the same time, I love when they read. With parents.
Yeah, and these books are designed to be read as well and shared, like bedtime stories.
They are, and there's a small little help for parents how to talk about these topics. We hired a child psychologist, and she made sure that the information is given in the right way, but also it helps the parent to initiate the conversation with the child.
Right. Okay. Look, it's brilliant. How can people find out more about Sam and Sue, first of all? Because that's its own little project. There's a website dedicated to them, isn't there?
There is a website, samandsue.com. We are also on Facebook. We are only starting. That's a fresh enough project from us. But yeah, you're more than welcome to have a look. We have a lot in the background. We're preparing a lot. We're preparing games. We're preparing videos, but it takes time. We like to do things professionally.
Well, do it right. No point in doing it half-baked, exactly. Which that's the health and safety background definitely coming through. Marek, it has been an absolute pleasure. Marek Szepietowski, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
And that is it from this week's episode of Red Business in Focus, with thanks to Cork's local enterprise offices. Do make sure to join us again for the next one on redfm.ie.